Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to Kiki and Kibitz, or Kibbles and Bits, as I'm known in some circles. It's me, Mary, and I'm here starting off my 2025 with my first 90-day Oy vey. And let me tell you, it is an exclusive banger, guys. Okay, I want to welcome Jodi and Leslie. Jodi is also known as Riz on TikTok. And some of you guys may have seen her video. I'm going to play it for you in a minute. But first, thank you so much for joining me, ladies.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
having us.
And I'm sorry for what happened between you and Angela, but we're going to get into it. And our purpose is for her to make things right. Right, Riz? Is
And
that
yes, and to raise awareness. I'm not villainizing or victimizing anyone. I just, I just want the message to get out there.
Right is right
Right
and
is right and
wrong is
wrong is
wrong,
wrong.
right? Exactly. Exactly. So, okay, we're going to start with your story, Riz. I'm going to play your TikTok video, which has gone viral in these circles and in our little 90-day community. It's gone viral. A couple of my followers sent it to me last night, right before I went to bed. So let me share it with you guys. If you don't follow her on TikTok, please do. But
Oh, thank you.
this is her
Hello,
video.
everyone. This is Rizzo Girl Joe from Buffalo, and I'm not doing this video for views or likes or followers or clout or any of the above. Please listen to this message carefully. I'm a special needs mom. I was scammed by Angela Deem from 90 Day Fiance, the person that calls her ex Scamarella. She was supposed to come here for a benefit for my friend, breast cancer awareness benefit to raise money to help her fight for her life. In the interim, I was supposed to get her a gig for meet and greets for her financial hardships. Now, mind you, I have my own financial hardships. So, in good faith, I had made her an airline ticket that was close to $500, and I was making payment arrangements. She changed the flight a couple times and got a credit on her Delta airline for $125. And not to mention the fact that she has not spoken to me about the benefit or about the gig she was supposed to do for her meet and greet. She also got $1,000 as a deposit for the meet and greet from a friend of mine. And she's not really being in contact with any of us. Matter of fact, she told me she doesn't want to be forced to talk to me. So the problem is Delta will not give me my money back. They are giving her the credit. They keep canceling the flight. They keep giving her the credit. My attempts to get my money back and to even make her feel a little bit human have fallen on deaf ears. I thought she was different. I was wrong. People warned me in the beginning. The person you see on TV, yeah, very much who she is. I'm not just saying this because of the financial. I'm saying this because my partner Leslie spent time with her at the fair, and the whole time she was kind of treated like a slave, like really take these pictures. You're not taking them fast enough. Give me my phone, hold my purse. I don't want to badmouth anybody. There's so much I could say. If I really, 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 really went out on a limb, I know I could get my money back just on, I don't want to bribe anybody. Let me just say, I have my Cash App in my bio. All I want is $500. It's nobody's fault but my own. If you can help, great. If you can't help, I understand. If you could share this video, make it viral, tag whoever. I have her and her little minions blocked. So, because my messages personally and my partner's messages personally fell on deaf ears, I don't anticipate any reply from her. So, my Christmas, New Year's wish is just to recover my $500. My friend has his own lawyer. He'll deal with that separately, but I still feel like a heel. And I feel bad for my other friend whose benefit she was supposed to attend for breast cancer. She's fighting for her life. She had conversations with Angela. Angela confirmed that she was coming here and then blew me off once she got $1,000 in the plane ticket. Completely blew me off for days and then sent me nasty messages. So, Lee, Li, everybody who's warned me, um, Michael has me blocked, but it's okay, whatever. She comes here and makes a fool out of herself and jokers in Canada. Well, I don't live in Canada, but yelling like for Benny to leave his wife for her. You know, I don't mean to like throw shade, but I have so much information. And all I want is my $500 and my friends to not look like a fool for giving her $1,000 deposit on a meet and greet. And my other friend for her benefit, who I'm going to tag these people. I don't know if just going to tag this person in my post. But if you can help me get this viral, I'd appreciate it. Hello, everyone. This is
Okay,
Rizzo.
so that was your original video. I want to start from the beginning. How did you meet Angela? How long ago? When was it?
So it had to be a little over a year ago that we started talking on TikTok. I started joining her lives. I thought she was cool. I mean, I saw her whole journey on the show, and you either liked her or you didn't like her. There was really no in between.
Exactly.
But I liked her, And when I saw her on TikTok, I'm like, wow, she's really humble, down to earth. Let me get to know her, and we just became fast friends, you could say. She said she was going to be in New York. At the time, I don't think she realized I live in upstate New York. Big difference from New York City.
Yes.
So she said, Rizzo, when I come to New York, I'm gonna meet you. We're gonna hang out, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, I live in upstate New York. It's like 45 minutes on a plane, but 7 hours in a car. Really weird, but
Exactly.
true,
Right. Yes.
And so we just continued to talk. I kept going on our lives. And then as time went on, she said that she had friends in Canada that she was going to go see. And when she came to Canada, she would love to come and meet me and Teddy. Well, Leslie, PR Teddy 10, stay in your lane on TikTok. And that's what kind of happened. We kept in touch. I kept going on our lives. I was defending her against all of the Michael stuff when that was going on. I had a lot of Nigerian hate coming at me. People were remaking videos. Even Lee, Li, she was like, not really happy with me for defending her. And being an autism mom, I was getting the blow, like, oh, you promote domestic violence and you're a special needs mom. And I had everything coming at me at once. So I kind of backed off from the friendship for a little while. And I told her, I said, maybe it's a cowardly move, but I have to back down for a little while because I am not used to this. You're in the limelight. I'm just me. So I didn't know how to handle that kind of attention, or negative attention. So I kind of backed off from the friend. And she said she understood. She's like, I got this, Rizzo. I could fight my own battles. I know you're my friend. I love you. Fast forward. Now we're getting into the summer months and the Erie County Fair was coming, and Vanilla Ice was going to be there. She's friends with the person that grew up with Vanilla Ice. I'm not sure if it's his manager. I think it might
It's
be.
his manager.
Okay, so Sherry, I believe her name was.
Sherry or Cheryl. something
Sherry,
like that, yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I mean, so she kept saying she was coming into town, gonna go stay in Buffalo for a few days and then go to Canada. And we decided we would love to meet her and host and hear her side of the story, because by this time we saw the tell-all. Whoa, did we see the tell-all?
What did you guys think when you saw the tell-all?
It was so hard because you can see the hurt in Angela's
Yeah, you
eyes.
can see
I'll
that
be
she
really
was
honest.
really hurt.
You can see that even till this day, I can't speak on anybody's behalf. This is
Right.
my opinion.
Like, I have personal time with her when she talks about it. Like, you can see, when somebody's really hurt, like their eyes get wide and
Right.
shiny, and like you
Right.
can see her, like, you can see that she was really heartbroken.
You could see the softer side when she
Right.
talks about him, okay?
And
It's
she
not,
became
it's
vulnerable and soft. And,
right.
Right.
And you just want to take her and say, hug her, and kind of like, that little girl inside of you comes out. That's
Right.
what I see. When I saw the show, I felt like, public humiliation, demasculating, that,
Michael, yeah.
Michael. I felt like, wow, maybe, I need to reevaluate how I feel about this person. I mean, who cares about my opinion? I'm just me.
But in a way, you understand, because when you're angry at somebody, you unconsciously try to do things, to kind of get back at them because you're so hurt.
Yeah.
And you can tell that she's really hurt. And we get that. We're
Right.
all humans. We all been in good, bad relationships, so we get it.
But she kind of, and from what I got, she knew what she was getting into when she met him. She knew he wasn't who he said he was, and she still went with it. Okay. So there's that.
I have personally asked Angela, how did you meet Michael? And she said, well, that I think it was like a dating site, and Michael disguised himself as somebody else. And like,
He
as she was talking to him, she asked him, well, she was like, well, the voice don't match with the
Yes,
picture.
the voice don't match the picture.
So then Michael finally disclosed the real Michael and his real name.
Right.
So I guess they were just so far deep into the conversations that they were having that she kind of went forward in getting to meet him and getting into a relationship with him. And that's how she, I guess, ended up on 90 Day Fiance, because she wanted to see him.
Right. Right.
Right.
When we saw that show and when we saw everything going down, I was hurt for him. I was embarrassed for her. I was embarrassed for him. I didn't know how to feel because, wow, just wow. I mean, and you're doing this in front of everybody who watches 90 Day Fiance, or, who even knows about it. It's just, and I had my own internal feelings, but I put them aside because girl power, let's support each other. If there, maybe there is another side to this story that she hasn't been able to tell because of so many people attacking her. So
Right.
giving the benefit of the doubt, you have to give somebody the benefit. I always believe that, give somebody the
Right.
benefit of the doubt. And that's
Right.
what we did. And I truly loved her. Loved her.
Once you backed away from her for a bit, how did you guys start talking again? How did you wind up talking to her about your friend's benefit? How did that all happen?
So when we started talking again, that's when she came to Buffalo. We hung out. I got COVID. I stayed home. Leslie hung out with her. Well, we went to the Gypsy Parlor. Let me backtrack to my friend's bar, the Gypsy Parlor.
Which I will be showing a clip of that, guys. So don't worry, I have a clip of that. Okay, so
we went there, and then afterwards, she wanted to go to a strip club. Took her to a strip club. She didn't want the night to end, which I didn't feel good. I knew something was wrong. I didn't know I had COVID at the time. So Leslie was nice enough to drive her back to her hotel, and they had made plans to go to the fair the next day. And she was going to get her back to meet Vanilla Ice and Young MC and see the
this was over the
concert.
summer, right?
Yes.
Right.
June,
Right.
August or July, August. When did I get COVID? Whenever the Erie
Yeah.
County Fair is. The
I
receipts,
think
like
it's August.
Right.
the videos will show the dates. I can't, I should have
I don't
went back.
remember, but
It was summer months, the Erie
Right.
County Fair. And I was sick. She went. She took one for the team. She drove her in my car, stayed with her the whole day. So from my understanding, I'm going to let her take over. But from my understanding, it was hold my purse, hold my phone, give me cigarettes. You better be filming this right. If you're on live and people aren't gifting you, I'll let you take over. But and
Go
you need
ahead.
to also talk about the COVID
Let's-
and Michael.
Let's
Okay,
talk
so-
about it. So you guys get to the fair.
So right, so we all met up at everybody met up at her hotel. I was
Right.
with her by that point.
Your friend, yeah.
Right.
And her friend Alex was in a.
hotel room, when you walked into her hotel
Okay, so we met. So I went upstairs, and she wanted to rest for a little bit. So as soon as I walk into the room, I was like, whoa. So like as soon as you walk into the room, like the restroom was to the right. So I was like, man, like, what's that smell? So I looked over and it's like she didn't like flush the toilet. Like, and it was like she had did number,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So then
She
but
made
she
it
was getting
round
up
and didn't flush it down.
You're
right.
gonna love this part.
So then she was getting upset because I guess she wanted a shower, but there was like a hair in the shower and it was like a black long piece of hair. So she was calling like housekeeping and complaining to them that they didn't like, wash the tub and whatever, like very bougie acting. And I'm like, hello, you didn't flush the toilet? Because I had to go to the bathroom really, really bad.
Right. Right.
And
And
so
unfortunately, you had to flush it. Ugh.
right, I had to flush it. But I kept smiling about it. I didn't like embarrass her. I didn't say anything.
Right.
And
Right.
like you can tell she was like really settled into her room, clothes here, clothes there,
Very settled in.
very settled in. And
Mhm.
she was like, you want some snacks? I got bags of snacks. So she had like little snacks here, there. And I was like, no, I'm good. So, she was like, oh, you can lay next to me, Teddy, and then, I kind of like, one leg on the bed, one on the floor, type thing.
Yes.
And she just kept, she was talking and we were just talking. That's how I asked her how did she meet Michael and all of that. And she kept saying like she's a good person and that, she has a big heart and blah blah blah. And then, she started talking about her friend Alex,
Okay. Which is
okay.
She
And
brought him
another one
along.
of her TikTok friends that she has
right.
up.
She brought him along to Buffalo on the trip, and he stayed in his room
He
pretty
stayed in
much
his
the
own
whole
room,
time.
Oh
right?
my goodness. Okay.
I guess the reason why she brought him along was because he was going through a rough patch. I'm
Right.
not gonna like say too much about Alex. He's a really good
He's
guy.
a nice
He's
guy.
a really nice
Right.
guy, and he's going through a rough patch. And I guess she brought him along for him to kind of like be in a different environment and stuff like that.
Right.
And like she was talking negative about him, and like just really downplaying him and just talking negative. And I'm like, wow, this is your friend. But every time they would meet in person, like it was all about him.
So she was two-faced, basically.
Right. So I was like, wow, this is really who she is. And I'm taking notes in my head. I'm still smiling.
Right.
Let
But
me
you're
interject by saying she was doing the same thing to Sherry, Vanilla Ice's lifelong friend, saying once she was done with the show, she wasn't going to talk to her again. This Canada Sherry, she wasn't, and I haven't heard
Right.
anything about Sherry ever again
Right.
since that show. So I believe that something happened. Don't know.
And let me tell you, when the Sherry person came, she brought another person with her. Man, they were just trying to like cater to her. Like they were just like kissing her,
you
like
can
just trying to
curse.
make her happy. Okay, they were kissing her ass,
They
like
were
left and
kissing her
right, like
ass. Uh-huh.
trying to like, make her happy. And every time she blew a tantrum, that you see them all like scatter, like, oh my God, no, don't be mad. What's wrong? They were just trying to like, make her happy again.
Right.
And in
Right.
my head, I'm like, wow, what the fuck? Really?
So fast forward to the fair.
So then, we go to the fair, she paid for everybody's way. I was ready to pay for my own way, but she paid for my way, for Alex's way, I think she paid for Alex's way. I'm not sure, but she was like, here, hold my bag. So throughout the whole fair, I'm walking around. I got all her stuff in my bag, her cigarettes, or just everything, her money.
Her
She threw like
phone,
a
everything.
little bundle of cash in, and I'm like, why is she giving me her money? I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put it in a separate pouch and make sure that everything. She was like, pay for the food, Teddy, and pay for this. Like I was like, her little assistant. Okay, I was like, okay, if this is what makes her feel special, that's fine. I'll take one for the team. So she was like, okay, her manager kept, Vanilla Ice manager kept saying, she can't go in. I don't have an extra ticket. And, I don't know how she's going to get in. And then Angela kept saying, don't worry, I'm going to get you in. Don't worry, I'm going to get you in. If it's the last thing I do today, I'm going to get you in. So we get to the entrance And she was like, I can't get her in. We don't have an extra pass. And I was like, don't worry, just have a good time. When you finish, I'll take you back home. Don't worry
Mhm.
about me. I'm cool. By
Right.
that time, we were just running all over the place trying to find, where this entrance was at, which was all the way in the back. So, so I was like, so I go to the animal area and I'm like, phew, finally,
Right.
I'm not running everywhere. So she calls me and she's like, Teddy, she was like, I got you in. I got you in. Come, hurry up. So here I am speed walking back to this up the hill, around the corner, and I meet her and she got me in. So she puts her VIP pass around my neck
Okay.
and she's like, if they ask, I lost my VIP and you're going to get in. Just keep walking. So, she takes my hand and we just like speed walk right into the crowd, through the fields, into the trailer where Vanilla Ice was at.
And we have a picture of you with Vanilla Ice, which we will show later on. So you got your picture moment with Vanilla Ice. So she snuck
Yes.
you
And Young
backstage.
And
MC.
Young
We
MC
forgot to send.
Hmm.
and Vanilla Ice assistant, which is a real nice guy. Everybody was pretty nice. The concert was great. And then everybody got on the stage.
Right.
So I'm trying to, she's like, film that person and film that person. And I'm like trying to film. And she's like, give me that. You're not doing it right. And like she just snatched the phone from me. And I'm like, whoa, that really pissed me the fuck
Are
off. But I,
you
I
a
managed to.
professional photographer by any chance? That she would think that you would, take it from this angle, take it from that
Right.
angle.
But she had a lot of couple in her by that time.
Right.
And she's like, you're not doing it right. And she just kind of snatched the phone from me a few times. And then like she was on live. At one point I was in the backstage and we were on live. So I was enjoying the music and I was like, turning it around and be like, come on, people, throw some galaxies, show the love. And then she was like, turn it off, turn it off. If they're not giving you anything, just turn it off. Tell them until you don't receive any galaxies or stuff like that, just turn it off. And I'm like, whoa, really?
And for you guys that aren't familiar, we're talking about on TikTok, the viewers could throw gifts to the people that are doing the live. So
Yeah.
Angela's always begging for gifts. Let's just put it out
Right.
there. She's
Or
always begging.
bullying, I call it.
I call
Right.
it, like a circus monkey, dancing for coins, That's how
Ex-
she acts.
Exactly. Okay, so she was saying that if she wasn't reaching her goal to turn the live off,
Right.
and then what happened after that?
So then as the time went by, like I said, we went on the stage and I wasn't video or taking pictures correctly. So like I just gave up the phone. I think her manager took over the phone.
Saw Kobe and Michael on
Oh yeah, and then
this is the part I really want you to.
so Kobe and what's his name? Michael was on live and they were battling and she was like, oh my God, they're battling. I said, yeah, they're live. And she was like, say this, say about that. And she took over my phone and just started like typing like all types of stuff to humiliate him on live.
Oh, really? Do you remember what she said by any chance, or like along the lines?
Oh my God. She said so many things.
So it was the night of the Vanilla Ice concert. Kobe and Michael were battling on live,
Right,
and she used your account to basically humiliate Michael,
right,
probably.
right.
Until they blocked her.
Until they blocked me.
Wow. Do you remember anything? Like,
I don't remember I really don't.
okay.
I'll be lying if I remember, but I
Right.
don't. I
Right.
don't.
Wow.
She
That
doesn't. She didn't even tell me, so I can't even say I remember that she said that they said this. I just remember them calling me and going, "Kobe and Michael were on, and they blocked us because
But she said a lot of like raunchy stuff to him.
lots of wrong.
That I know. And I know that Michael, if you're watching this, it wasn't me and I apologize. you know. But she said a lot of like mean stuff to him, a lot of
Wow.
mean stuff to him. Talking about, just everything, his manhood, this,
Oh yeah,
that,
she mentioned that a lot, even in person.
right, his manhood, and that he smelled, and and
Oh,
just a
wow.
lot of like
Yeah,
terrible things.
like personal, like,
Digs
yeah,
at him,
yeah.
yes.
Mm-hmm. Trying to embarrass him.
Right.
Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so
And she didn't want the nighttime.
so
Oh, and then at the end of the night,
right.
we closed down the carnival.
Now, if you know Erie County Fair is large,
Right.
my
Yes.
car was the only one left in the parking lot.
And before leaving the carnival, that carousel, like, it's called it's like I don't know, like a slide.
Ferris wheel?
No, the slide that goes around and round and round. It goes real fast.
Okay.
Um, the man was closing down. It was like this Arab man. He was closing down, and she was like, "I want to go on the ride." I'm like, "Angela, they're closing." She's like, "No, I want to go on the ride." So
Leslie,
she
was she
stood there.
wasted by then?
Yeah, she was wasted. She was wasted. She bought a hot dog, and on the hot dog, she was just shoving it down her throat. And like, she begged this guy. I mean, literally begged him, stood there for like about 10 minutes, begging this guy to open the ride just for her. And you know what? And I'm in back of her going, doing one of these. And she was like, come on, please, come on, open, come on. And he just gave up, and he just let us go one more time. And she was eating a hot dog, and she was trying to like shove the hot dog down my throat, because I was already nauseous by that point. Like,
Right.
I was tired, I was
You're
nauseous, I
like,
wanted to
leave
go
me alone here.
home. And then she wanted to go to a bar. She wanted me to drive her somewhere and leave her at a bar. And I looked at her and I was like, you know what? I'm like, I'm not doing that, because if something happens to you,
Right.
I'm not going to feel right about it. I said, if you want to
Exactly.
go to a bar, you can take an Uber or whatever from your hotel room. But I will not be dropping you in the bar in the middle of Buffalo in the middle of the night,
I will be
especially,
dropping you at your hotel room, whether you like it
right,
or not.
right.
And she wanted to stay at our house, but I had COVID. And, Leslie was saying, that's not a great idea. Jody's sick. And she's like, I don't care. I've had COVID 6
Because I was
times.
supposed to cook for her.
Oh, yeah. We were supposed to have big breakfast the next day. She was going to invite the Vanilla Ice's manager,
Right.
supposedly.
But then they had other plans, and then they were arguing and this and that. And I was like, oh, don't worry, maybe
good.
we're good. Next
We're
time when you
good.
come, we'll
Next
cook for
time,
you,
right.
Right.
And that was it. But man, it was the longest night ever. I think the other day I couldn't even walk. I mean, like, my feet were hurting me. And let me tell you,
She told me, she's like, if you think I had fun, she goes, I was literally like, her little assistant, P-boy, basically, do this, do that. You're not doing it right. She was her punching bag for the evening, so to speak. And
like, she was just like, I was just like, give me a cigarette, give me a cigarette, I
Right.
need a cigarette, lighter, and
And
while she was
unfortunately,
socializing. And
this is not the first time I've heard of her doing this to her friends.
wow.
She's done it to her original best friend Jojo. She wanted Jojo to be kind of like her assistant, take pictures, do this. Um, it's not the first time I've heard her act like this. So, unfortunately, it seems to be a pattern with Angela.
right. It's a pattern. Talking to the person we were discussing earlier, who used to be her friend, did the same thing, wanted to go to her house, stay, wanted her to be on WhatsApp 24/7 while this person was recovering from surgery. You know, almost set her house on fire making tea. This is all alleged. This is all alleged.
Tea.
She was trying to make tea in the middle of the night. She wanted
This
to go to a
person's in
bar. I
our
mean, it's just,
comments, by the
she wanted to
way.
go to a strip club, all the same thing. I think she
Yeah.
has a script for everyone.
Yeah, yeah, it seems like it, doesn't it? Yes.
Right. And
It's always a
just
strip club, wait on me hand and foot, sign the celebrity, so here we are. She's
and
in
that's
our
the sad
comments.
part.
She
is-
says it's all true. Hi, Nikki. She's here in the comments. I
Hi,
mean,
Nikki.
Nikki.
Thank you for confirming what I'm telling, because I didn't want to say your name.
Right.
But
But-
she has a lot of receipts, and at some point in her life, when she feels the time is right, Mary, she is definitely talking about sharing that
We'll
with you.
disclose all of
Yes.
that.
And I am here waiting patiently, honey. You know that. So.
She knows.
Yes,
She's
yes.
sweet. She's
Yeah,
such a
she is.
sweetheart.
She's very sweet. And she's another one that she was taken advantage by Angela. She took her kindness for weakness, and she did the same thing with you ladies. She took your kindness for weakness. Because now let's get into how you decided that you were going to kind of give her a helping hand and how
Okay.
everybody would benefit. It will be a win-win situation for everyone.
Okay. So what happened there? I'm just going to take over for a minute. So what happened there was, fast forward, we continue to talk. I really don't battle or go on live a lot. I just join her lives to say, hey, Queen, how you doing? I don't gift. I don't do any of that, stuff. I just kind of show my support right in the comments, whatever. But I do communicate, or I did communicate with her in the background as a real friend would, not like treating her like she's my queen or my celebrity superstar hero. I wanted to be her friend. That's it. I didn't want anything else, just to be her friend. So she was telling me that she was going through hardship, that Michael's lawyers were texting her demanding money. This is what she's telling me. So this is alleged. Okay. This is hearsay, but from her mouth, and that she was going through some hard times financially. Now, mind you, she had just had a GoFundMe for the hurricane that supposedly knocked her lights out for a few days. And let me ask my girl here. We've had blizzards that knocked Buffalo out for weeks and had to survive without a GoFundMe, okay, with an autistic kid and 2 dogs, by
Right.
the way.
Right.
And no way to get out of our house, even to open the door. So let me just make that clear. But she had everybody going to GoFundMe, this and that. And truthfully, I think that there's a money issue there. And that's why she, I feel like that's why she's so desperate to battle and do all these goals and everything. That's none of my business. I don't know what her situation is. I just could speculate. But I felt bad because she's like, Rizzo, I'm going through it. I have, Christmas is coming, my grandchildren, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, I have a friend who's a real big fan of yours, and she happens to be going through a battle for her life. She just found out she has aggressive breast cancer, and I would be willing to buy your plane ticket if you're willing to come to her benefit and have a really good outcome. Oh, yes, definitely, definitely. And she goes, I don't need to make money on that, but I got to find something. I'm trying to figure out what to do, a meet and greet somewhere. And she had talked about that with the friends that I sent to Canada for her birthday that I couldn't attend. She was talking about having them set up a meet and greet for her.
Okay.
They told me personally, and that is factual information, not alleged, because I heard it from my friend's mouth to my ears, that she was trying to set up something with them. But, sorry.
No, don't worry.
That never came into fruition. So I hit up my friend who owns a very nice establishment, by the way, and he's a very nice guy, very pleasant. His establishment is great. And I got them on a 3-way, and they decided that she was going to come on December 30th. January 30th, do a meet and greet, do karaoke. She was going to be, she wanted to be roped off in the banquet room so that people had to pay for this meet and greet. She
Right.
was going to sign her pictures and sell those for this meet and greet, plus give him a bill contract of $2,000. In return, I was going to pay for her ticket so that she could also, not only is she going to make money, she's going to help my friends benefit. So there's 2 separate events. That's where it got confused.
Right,
So
exactly.
the meet and greet was at my other friend's establishment, karaoke / meet and greet on the 30th. And then I had the dates mixed up. My friend's benefits, February 1st at 2:00, a separate place, a free event, because that was her way of thanking me for helping her make money. And also she said she wanted to do this. This was from her heart.
Because she has spoken to your friend as well.
Right. She spoke to my friend on the phone, on the 3-way. She spoke to her in her live comments. She even said, once I got the ticket, she was going to start going live and speaking of the event at least once or twice a week or a day. Don't quote me. It was either once or
Right.
twice a day or once or twice a week. She was going to talk about the benefit and promote it. So
Right.
mind you, now I have these two events. All I know is the day before Christmas Eve or the day before Christmas Eve, my friend with the establishment Venmoed her $1,000. And I
Okay.
also cut out a gift card from Afterpay for $500 because when I was looking at the airfares, the closest thing I could get to was $400. So I said, well, there's going to be taxes. What if she has luggage? I didn't know she had this medallion status where she gets a lot of things for free. So I
Right.
cut out a gift card for $500. My friend Joe paid her $1,000 and for a deposit. And I told Amy, get excited, girl. I said, she's coming. Queen's coming. She's coming. You're going to have a great outcome. Everything's going to be great. And now I'm like giving it some time to settle in, and like a day goes by and I see her on live and I see her just talking to everybody. Hi, so-and-so. Oh, thank you for the kangaroo hat or whatever they
Right.
do.
Whatever. Yeah.
Whatever. And I'm going, hey, Queen, when you get a chance, call me, ignore me. So it's just Adriana and Mama Deb. I believe they're blocking me from her seeing my comments because she's just
Right.
ignoring me. Either that or she's
Ignoring
just blatantly ignoring
Right.
me.
Exactly.
So I wait like a day or two and I write to her and I'm like, hey, is everything okay? I haven't heard from you. I need to really start promoting these events. I know my friend has his own advertising marketing person here, but you have to be in touch with him for that to happen. And as far as my friend with the breast cancer, her posters do not have your name on them, but I would like to edit my post on my pinned post that I had and add your name or a special guest from 90 Day
Right.
Fiance, anything,
Exactly.
just,
Something. Right.
nothing. So then the one day she writes, sorry, this was a year ago today that I was in Elbajan with Michael and I'm
Which I
feeling
want
some
to
type of
share.
way.
I want to share all this with everyone. So I'm just going to start my little slideshow
Okay.
here that I put together with messages and stuff. So
Okay.
first, here is your friend's cancer benefit. Do you want to talk about your friend a little more
Yes,
and the actual benefit? Because this is what it's really all about.
exactly. So my friend Amy, she was diagnosed suddenly, just like maybe not even 3 months ago, less than, with a very aggressive breast cancer. So she had to have a full double mastectomy. She's been recovering. It's been very hard. She has like a year of chemo and radiation ahead of her. Just last week, her brother passed away. That's a little side note. She's going through it. Like she had to cancel
Right.
one of her chemo sessions to attend her brother's service. So she's going through it. Now the benefit, they're selling t-shirts. It's on February 1st in Buffalo, New York. The information's there. Can't see it so small. I have the posters.
Right. Mm-hmm.
She's selling t-shirts. You can hit me up for the information if you want, on TikTok or Facebook.
And I'll put the links.
Jodi Ann Riz is on Facebook. You can hit me up for information if you want to donate. And I also have it public. There's a GoFundMe. So her cancer is aggressive. She's expecting a grandbaby. She just lost her brother. I volunteered for all this wonderful stuff, and I am a person of my word. If I promise I'm going to do something, I am one of those people who will do whatever I have to do to get that done. Okay.
Exactly.
And so I was so hopeful for her to come to this benefit. But what happened with Amy, she's so forgiving. She's like, don't worry, girl. I still got this. We still got this. And she, even till today, she's like, don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. It's okay. But
Right.
what made me worry was the fact that not only did Angela not communicate, when she did communicate, she was nasty about it. So I found out I had a cyst in my brain recently. I fell. I had what they speculate is a seizure, and I have to go for some testing on Monday. So the day I reached out to Angela, I really wanted to talk to her about everything, including my doctor visit.
Right. And
So
we're going to
I
show
thought she was
all
my
this.
friend.
Yep. And the way that she responded to you was horrible.
I should not feel like I had to talk to you And that was her response.
Yeah.
So that told me that she wasn't even interested in the benefit. She got her money from my friend that probably made her Christmas. She got the airline ticket, which, by the way, she changed to a different ticket that was cheaper. So Delta credited her $125. I called Delta. I tried to get the ticket changed to my name, and they said only she could do it. It can be changed to my name, but only she can do it. I've asked her to do it. She refused. She wants me to get my money back from my friend Joe, whose establishment, who already gave her $1,000. I have been friends with this guy for 10 years.
Why would
I'm
you
not ruining
even
my
think about asking him for the money back? Like, what does he have to do with a plane ticket that you bought for her? I don't
Right.
even get that line of thinking.
Exactly. And so I sent her a Cash App request and she declined it. And she said, Joe will pay for the plane ticket. And he said, no such thing. I talked to him last night and he doesn't even know that you're coming or not. Cause she told me she was all set with his, marketing team. She didn't even touch the topic of the benefit. That's what really gets me.
Yes.
She was willing to talk about the marketing and the Joe thing, and
We
she
have
would
that
not talk about the
message. Yes,
benefit.
we have that message that will play. Yes, she didn't mention the benefit once.
Not once. And that's why I'm so upset. Like, you can't replace people. You can replace money.
Right.
All right. I live okay. I'm doing okay. Okay. But I struggle. I have a daughter I have one child, but my one child has a lot of everyday needs. Okay. Special needs. She's 20. She doesn't talk. She still wears pull-ups. I have to figure out everything she does every day of her life for her. Every day. And I still went out of my way, and I'm not making myself a victim. I made the decision. I did. My
Right.
brain
You
said
made
and
the
my heart
conscious
said this
choice.
was the thing to do. A win-win situation. Help
Right.
Angela, help Amy. And I feel like I did something for both of my friends who I consider I love dearly,
Right.
at the time. I still love Amy.
Right.
And I probably still have. That's why, without love, you can't have pain, right?
Exactly. And that's why you're so upset and you're crying, because you still have love for her. And it hurts you deeply what she did, because you were trying to be there for her, and all you wanted was, her to be there for you and your friend in return. And I'm
She
so
always wear her
sorry.
heart on her
I just
sleeves.
wanted her to
Yeah,
make
she
it right.
does.
And even if she said to me, hey, Rizzo, I understand you want to talk about the benefit. I'm going through it right now. Can we talk in a couple days? And I will tell you my plans. I mean, I was going to go on Amazon and order crowns because we were having a karaoke contest not at the benefit, but at my friend's establishment. She wanted 3 crowns, one for number 1, number 2, number 3
Thank you.
singer of the night. And I was going to purchase these crowns because she said she didn't have the money to get them. I was pricing them out. I wanted the top of the line crowns for something like that, not
Right.
real
Right.
jewelry, but something
Right.
nice, not cheesy from a party city. I wanted to really make it nice. And then this all went down, and I wanted to send the crown pictures to her. None of that could happen because she shut me down. And then she tells me not to call her or communicate with her, but then she calls me and I declined the call. That's where you see
Yes.
I didn't dox her phone number or anything like that, but
No.
that was me
No.
declining
Yes.
her call.
Yes.
And that brings us to today, where I'm just dumbfounded. I'm just at a loss, and I feel dumb. I feel played, and I feel like I was
And
warned
that is
by
the worst feeling played. And yeah.
I was warned. I was warned by I was warned by people on TikTok, Nigerians, my girlfriend. I was warned by Lee, the one that goes on and talks about 90 Day and Sister Wives all the time. I admire her. I watch her all the time. Even when she was bad mouthing me for standing up for Angela, I still liked her stuff because she's real. She really, and everybody could have their opinion. I can't
Right.
not like you because you have an opinion.
Right.
Just like politics. I can't not like you because of who you vote for. You know what I mean? It's not who I am. So here's where I am today. And I blame myself for being, for being the person that wanted to help everybody and
Right.
not playing a martyr. I truly had great intentions. I still do. I'm still going to show up at the benefit. Whether she'll be there or not, I don't know. I won't know, but that's my friend. I'm going to do what I have to do for her.
Exactly.
Will I show up at the other event? Absolutely not.
Hells no,
Absolutely not.
you do not want an autograph from her. Staying up comic says cheer up, at least you didn't marry her.
Yes.
And you know what? The part that like I didn't know,
I
because
love you.
I work 2 jobs. I didn't know that she did all
I
of
did
this.
this behind. I didn't even
She
consult
didn't
with
even
her.
consult with me. I was like, "You paid what?"
We've been 9 years going, and I didn't even tell her.
Oh my God.
She was like, "Oh yeah, I'm not but I'm making payments, baby." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "What? You paid for this chick's plane ticket?" I was like, "You doing all of this? She could get a $200 ticket and get her ass over here." I'm like, "You're going way overboard."
Listen, there was more. I was going to get her a limo. I wanted to get her a hotel. I was going to go ask a hotel that me and my partner used to frequent. Not for any. We didn't live together at one point, so when we wanted alone time, we would go to this one. And it was really nice.
The loft.
A loft, and we were
A
going
loft,
to
yeah.
see if they wanted to sponsor her. And, for the benefit, we were going to hang the poster, ask if they wanted to sponsor Angela.
I was gonna go with the.
Can you sponsor our friend, who's just, who's probably not even coming here for the benefit,
Right, but
like my little dumb face. Hey, can you sponsor my friend Angela Dean?
Sorry. Our dog did that.
Can you sponsor my friend Angela Dean? I was gonna go that far.
We really were. And, I was looking into limo costs and I wanted to treat her like she was giving the gift of life to my friend because,
right.
cancer is no joke. It's so expensive. It's so sad that the costs aren't covered.
Yes,
She's not working. She needs this help. I mean, like I said, there's a GoFundMe for her. There's, you could, even if you don't buy a ticket, you could buy a t-shirt. There's so much. I just bought 3 t-shirts today. I was going to buy one and send it to Angela. She's on her own with that. I don't know what she's doing. No communication.
I don't think she's coming or anything like that. If she had any morals and values, she would go through with it.
If she had any morals and values and she had no intentions of coming here, she should refund everybody's money.
Say, look, I don't want to do it.
And just go away.
Exactly.
Just go away mad and go away,
But, she feels entitled. So she was like, I'm not doing it. But yet you didn't have a problem keeping that money and changing the itinerary.
And, every time the itinerary changes, because I get the email because I created that.
Right.
I created that account, not her account, but I created the ticket, every time she changes it, I cancel it.
So she changes it for like a different date or a different location?
She changed it for an upgrade. I have the email. I think you might too.
Yeah.
She's always crying about money. How does she travel to all these places? She gets suckers like us to pay for her plane ticket. That's what it is.
Unfortunately, that's probably the case 90% of the time because I wondered the same thing myself.
Because she always says, "Oh, I don't have it. I got 6, grandchildren."
And then my friend who went to Canada said she paid for everybody's dinners, everybody's drinks, and he doesn't know how she paid for everything. At Joker's in Canada, he said the whole night was on her and it was her birthday. So I'm like, and he's like, Jodi, you wouldn't believe my wife drank $200 worth of drinks. And all we spent out of our pocket was $50 the whole night. And he was like, and that was just my 2 out of my 2 friends that I know of,
Right.
So ridiculous. But she can't give me at least an answer, even an F you.
Right, exactly.
She probably had somebody pay for it, or probably the bar gave her open access.
Yes, because I know she does a lot of promotion for that particular venue.
Right.
But like I said, I just don't want anybody else to ever fall. I mean, it's so easy to fall into this kind of trap because let's face it, TikTok made it really easy for people to become celebrities fast and for people like us, we fall into the rabbit hole of, oh my God, I love this
Right.
person. And I get
And I just
fixated.
have to ask you, like, how could you want to be friends with someone after seeing the way she acted on TV towards Michael and the
Okay.
way that she would act up on TikTok?
Well, see, that's the thing. When I started to sit back and really watch everything, that's when I said, I have to really see, like, I still believe, even with us, we've had our ups and downs. We have had problems. Um, but there's sides to our story, her side, my side, and the truth. And that's what I always believe in. So listening to her and listening to how everything went down, it did kind of make sense. Okay. But then seeing it in real time on TV, seeing Michael put his head down, seeing her make a fool out of him at
But
her friend's
TLC
restaurant.
stripped those things
But
from
they
her.
also, TLC is some responsibility too, because they didn't show any of the parts where, anything that Michael did wrong and that allegedly he did wrong, that she
Right.
told us. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Right.
that's where I say there's a reason why she's so passionate about it. I don't know. They didn't show us that part, but I knew her in real time and I knew her on TV. So there was that side and this side. Well, what makes her such a kitten and then such a lioness? Something has to be there that's poking the bear. And we're all human, right? Benefit of the
Exactly.
doubt. I didn't
Exactly.
want clout. You don't see me even reaching 10,000 followers yet. I don't battle. I've had my account since 2020. I don't even know how to do the things that some of these people do. They make it their career.
I don't even have 600.
Honestly, if I had the time to invest in it, I probably would have done that, because I'm a stay-at-home mom because I have my own disabilities. For the past 5 years, I haven't worked. I'm retired early. So honestly, I have time to do that, but I've never been a money grubber or a grifter. I don't sit there and ask people, you're not my friend if you don't, and that's when I sat back. That day was an epiphany for me, Mary, to answer your question, really, really strongly give you a solid answer. The
Yes,
day
please.
she was on, the day that she was on, after she got the plane ticket and the money, and she was on live asking people, come on, we got 2 more things to meet. Oh, what kind of queen am I to you if you can't gift me? I'm not your queen. Are you kidding me? And she was mad. She was standing up. She was putting on the little gingerbread face or whatever she puts on when she goes to smoke. She was really bullying. And I wrote in the comments, I hope somebody has it. I said, wow, Angela, I'm out of here. That was my defining moment. And that's when I made my first video saying, wow, I tried to call my friend today. I had bad news at the doctor. I can't believe, that you probably didn't see that video. It was just a general statement, but she wrote to me days later saying, if that video was about me, Rizzo, I'm really mad at you. Yeah,
Wow.
it kind of was.
And you know what kills
If
me?
the shoe fits, lace it up.
You know what kills me? What takes her 2 weeks, she could have had gotten in one night. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
free dinner,
Doing
open
that
bar
meet and
night. She could have
greet.
got
Yeah.
smashed face, for the night. Free dinner and just 30 minutes of smiling, taking pictures and signing autographs. And you go and your flight taken care of. And you go home with a pocket full of cash and doing, one good thing for the charity. That was it. Sayonara, go back home to Georgia.
So yeah, the defining moment was like, I put all the pieces of the puzzle together, the demasculating of Michael, the public humiliation, going back and looking back on different clips, then having this happen to me personally, and embarrassing me. Like, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to me, but I have to take accountability because that was a decision I made. I made the decision to believe in somebody that I shouldn't have. And
yeah,
that was
and
the
who has
defining moment.
shown, who has shown a pattern of abusive behavior on TV, on social media, but it doesn't give her the right to take advantage of you and take advantage of your kindness.
Right.
So it's whether she's doing this benefit or not, just tell you. If she's going to do the meet and greet, which is only going to benefit her if you really look at it.
Right.
just tell your friend, listen, I'm coming, I'm not coming. Just, don't leave people hanging. And I find it very funny how in one of the voice messages we're going to play, she doesn't want to do a three-way call with your friend because he's busy, he's running a business.
She's known him her whole life. They had
Right.
one or two conversations.
Exactly. So if this guy is running a business and so unprofessional, do the right thing and let him know what you're doing one way or the other. Don't just leave him hanging.
Exactly.
This charity would have had done her well because then people will see a softer side of her.
Right.
So it would have benefited her because, it's like, it trickles down.
Right.
Hey, Angela was here. She's a good person,
Right.
and Buffalo is small. So it would have benefited her like greatly.
And we're right near Canada. When you're in the limelight as a negative person on television or in general in social media, and you have the opportunity to make that make that wrong a right, and you still continue to do the same thing over and over again, that's really speaks volumes to me. And that's all of the defining moments for me, Mary, honestly. Kibbles and Bits. Now I know
Yes.
who Kibbles and Bits are. I always heard Kibbles and Bits. Well,
She even mentioned me when you guys were hanging out, right?
yes. Oh my, all I heard was Kibbles and Bits. Even the night of the Gypsy Parlor, Kibbles and Bits and Kibbles and Bits. And we couldn't understand it. I'm like, what is she talking? I even asked you. I said, what is this Kibbles and
You see, guys,
I Googled it to see if you would come up.
I rent so much space in her head that she was even talking about me while she was hanging out with these ladies. I mean, I find that so amusing.
And
You want
you
to
could
tell
tell,
the
like, yeah.
story about the Michael plaque and
Oh yeah. Oh, so that's where it started. So at this place, the Gypsy Parlor, there's a plaque on the bar that said Michael, and it's like, I think it was for one of the people that worked there that unalived, and I'm pretty sure, I can't be positive, but I'm pretty sure that's why they have the name plaqued at that specific seat that we were sitting at. So she looks down and she goes, "Oh my God, look it's Mr. It. Why would you sit me here?" Like I did it on purpose, it's Mr. It's name, and and I was just, you can't win. You really,
you can't win. You just can't win.
and she had a great time. She met a Thurman Thomas from Buffalo, the former Buffalo Bills from back in the day when I was growing up. I mean, we did a lot of things with her. We tried to make her stay very accommodating. She didn't
Right.
have to really do anything but show up. And then that was all on her plan. She paid for all that, or whoever paid for all that. Interesting footnote I do want to mention, and I think I did share this, that she wants to bring her Botox doctor with her here.
Yes, that's in one of the messages.
Yeah,
Yes.
I found that weird because I had
by
no.
the
It's
way,
not working. It's not doing any justice.
her Botox doctor is 10 minutes away from my house. So Angela comes here like once every 3 months to get, her face done. And she's like 10 minutes away from me. I find that highly amusing.
They need a lot of Botox.
Mhm.
The traveling Botox, I guess, but
Yes.
I had nothing to do with that part. I'm just letting it, if she shows up here with the Botox doctor, that had nothing to do with Rizzo girl, okay?
She's asking for charity money, but she's getting Botox.
Right.
That doesn't make no
It
sense.
doesn't make no sense. Okay, guys, I'm going to start sharing the messages
Okay.
and the voice messages. So, first, it all started off fine and dandy. She was all down for it, right, Riz?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, she's like, she wanted you to book a window or a mile seat for her in the main
In the main
cabin.
cabin.
Main cabin. She has specific requests. So now we have a voice message from her that I'm going to share with you guys, where she is, totally down with you buying the ticket and just basically giving you directions on what tickets to buy.
Yes.
I don't know about the three-way because it's hard enough to talk to him because he's busy. So I just gonna have him figure that out this for Thursday, and then y'all can talk on your own and just fill me in because it's hard enough to talk because he's in the business. But I can leave on Monday. Because the event, I thought the event was Saturday. I get confused, but I can leave on Monday morning. I want to make sure I'm there for the whole thing. Yeah, I wanna be there. So, yep. Now you see the prices are low. If you wait to the last minute, they're gonna go sky high. I can tell you. But anyway, I love you.
Okay. So she's totally down. She's like, buy the tickets now. They're gonna go sky high if you wait anymore. So she's sending you flights, right?
Yes,
So that's what's going on here. And then you're telling her to work out dates and stuff with Joe, who is the one that was gonna do the meet and greet with her.
right.
So here it looks like Angela's totally on board.
Yes,
Okay. So now we're talking about Joe is going to send her the money, the first $1,000 deposit. So it says, that he's going to send over, money today. And she's always saying in these messages that there's stuff going on.
correct.
Okay. So now tell me what's going on here. When she says, please don't call me anymore, you're telling her that I canceled my debit card.
Okay, so what's going on here is, she had said that she didn't want to be made to, there, it's somewhere in there, I can't really see it, that she did not want to be made to feel like she had to talk to me.
Right.
Because that's just how she is.
Right.
And that she has 6 grandkids and a lot going on. And basically that's it. And then she told me not to contact her anymore.
Right. As you can
So
see
that,
here, you're telling her, that we're supposed to start advertising on your
right,
lives about the benefit.
yes,
And I can't even get your attention,
right. And I'm like, I just want to talk to you about what's going on. She says, done talking, talk to you later.
so
And
she's totally blowing you off. Okay.
yes,
Then
correct.
we have this nasty message that she decides to leave you.
Rizzo, that's not true. I talked to Joe's man that got all my pictures and things. So I don't know what you're talking about. So Joe's handling the promotion. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't talk to his advertising man, so I don't know what you're talking about. And I don't really appreciate you talking to me like this, Rizzo. I feel sorry for you. I love you as a friend, but let me tell you something. I made to have a conversation. I got my own stuff going on. I'll be praying for you the most I can do, but I have things going on here, and I shouldn't have to explain that to you.
No, you
I
shouldn't.
shouldn't have to explain that to you.
And I shouldn't have to be made a fool of.
Yeah. I mean, you shouldn't have to be basically begging. And I mean, in some of these messages,
It was just a confirmation that she was coming, and then so we could
right,
advertise and that I could know what was going on. I didn't
right,
want her to spend hours on the phone with me.
Clarification, like
Clarification.
finalizing,
Finalizing the details of these 2, not 1, but 2 events
and
right.
which that she's benefiting from.
that I'm not benefiting. My heart was going to benefit from it, for helping her in her financial struggle, and my friend with her financial struggle and the fight for her life. I get so upset when I think about it.
Right. I know, Jody. I'm so sorry. So she says, please stop contact. I told you Joe will be paying for the flight, which I've already told you. God bless you, and I don't want any involvement with you. And you say Joe has no knowledge of any of this.
No, I talked to Joe when I saw that message from her. Matter of fact, at one point, Joe said, can you please make it right with her? I can't do this by myself. Just tell her you had a mental breakdown. And I'm like, Joe, no. Like, no.
And so you guys wished each other Merry Christmas, right?
Yes.
So things were okay around Christmas. So when did she totally cut you off?
This was like, she wished me a Merry Christmas and said that it was around the time where she was in Albajan a year ago with Michael. So sorry if she was being distant. So I gave her space. And I
Right.
waited I waited a while before I reached out to her about it. I said, I understand, Queen, I get it, and I'm like, the tabloids make you look like crap. I'm sorry you're going through this. And I gave her props and her space. But then when I really did need to talk to her, she basically just shut me down and said,
Right. Right.
talk to Joe. Joe is he's not responsible for any of this. Actually, I feel bad that I even dragged him in on this. I feel
Right.
like,
Exactly. You're like,
now he's out the money. And if she comes here, he owes her another $1,000 plus the money she's going to make at the meet and greet.
right.
And my friend is left with her benefit up in the air. It's still going to take place. The benefit's going to be kick butt because
Right.
we're going to go there and we're going to kick cancer's ass, right? But
Yes,
it
you
would
are.
have been nice to have had her live up to
Exactly.
her
It would have
word.
been nice. It would have been nice. So as you put up on your Facebook, you're selling t-shirts at the event. And you actually asked Angela if she could put a link for the merchandise
Right.
in her bio. And
Right.
what did she tell you?
She told me that she's not allowed to put any link for merchandise in her bio while she's going through this stuff with Michael in court.
What does that have to do with Michael in court?
I don't know. I think that's why I think she's so fine. I could only speculate that something financial is going on.
Right.
And I could
Exactly.
only speculate that I'm pretty sure she owes the network money. I'm pretty sure that she took an advance from them, but I'm not positive. It's alleged, and it's something that I've heard from
Allegedly, word on the street,
very good
Amanda
source.
owes TLC money.
Right.
You heard it here first.
Allegedly. I can't say, for sure, but
Exactly.
I wouldn't, I wouldn't doubt it.
So also we have the message that she left you, which I just want to play, saying that she can't do merchandise because of the network. It's in her contract.
Right. But then she also goes ahead and says she's,
we're not as cast members. There's a lot of things y'all don't know. We're not allowed to tell y'all. We're not allowed to do none of that stuff unless they have us wear it. We're not allowed in our contract. Isn't that stupid?
but yet she doesn't identify herself as part of them anymore. So I'm
Right,
confused.
exactly. I'm confused too. Yeah, she's very confusing. So now
Hey, I
I'm
don't
just
know.
gonna fast forward to the part where we see Leslie dancing on stage with Angela trying to video her. Okay. Now I happened to run into this clip on Reddit and I was cracking up because Leslie had told me the story this morning on how she was trying to get the right angle and everything from Angela. So if you guys look closely here, and I'm going to blow this up as big as I can, you see Angela dancing, and there goes Leslie. So
Her notorious dance. I don't know the dance
yes, the
that people gotta
dance.
The
pay
money
for.
dance.
Yes,
The-
yes, her money dance. So here we have the message where she says that she's flying out Dr. Jen, her Botox lady.
Yes.
Why are we bringing Dr. Jen to the event? But
I never questioned it because I didn't want to be involved in that because I don't
Right.
know what that
Right.
entails. That's when we first met her, when she came here for the Erie County Fair.
So and here is
Her
where
upgrading her Delta flight.
Mhm. Yes.
Yes, isn't that sweet?
And
And
the
there's me
cancellation.
canceling it.
I mean, all she has to do is call Delta and have it switched over to you, right?
Right, and I can take that and use it for a year, but she won't even do that.
How much is the credit now?
Well, the last I knew, she had $125 credit on her Delta that she could use towards any future purchase for a year.
Right.
So there's
And
that.
and here is you rejecting her call.
Yes, she told me not to call her yet. She called me and I declined the call yesterday at 5. What was 5 something? Yeah,
Right.
5:22.
522. And then here we have you sending her Cash App requests and her declining them.
Yes.
You actually asked her for $500 through Cash App, and she basically said, "Fuck off." How
Mhm.
nice, right?
Go see your friend Joe. No,
Yeah,
my friend Joe's already out $1,000 because of you. Yeah, that's
exactly.
my girl meeting Vanilla Ice. That's the one good thing that came out of any of this is like she got to enjoy a concert, but it came with a heavy price tag of being dragged all over the place and made to be like her little poop girl. So
Yeah. So here's the con this was at the bar, you said, right? When you guys were hanging out at the bar?
that is a clip I don't recognize. Like that one?
That's
Oh, that one?
where Leslie's on stage trying to take
Yes.
pictures of
Okay.
her.
Yes. That's at the fair. Yes. For
That's
the
at the
Vanilla
fair.
Ice concert. Yes.
Okay. And here's her and her cake and just hanging out with you guys, right?
Yep. Yep. Her and Leslie. Yep.
You know, having a ball.
Yep. There's Thurman Thomas, everyone.
Yep.
Former Buffalo Bills. Go Buffalo.
I mean, you guys, you know, were the great hostesses for her when she visited you. So it's not like, you know, she's not going to be expecting a good time coming up there, you know. I
It
mean,
was all love. It was all love.
exactly. Exactly. I'm so sorry this happened to
I
you
even
guys.
bought her an outfit.
Oh yes, Leslie did buy her that. We bought her an out. She bought her an outfit. I bought her wine. I bought her a hat. I mean, we went all out. We went all out for
That
this
hat that
woman.
she got
The hat
on.
she's got on, the buffalo hat.
Right.
Mhm.
So if she's listening, if one of her minions happen to be listening, what is your message?
My message is be careful because it might happen to you. Ask yourself what happened to all the other people that came before you. Where are they? The people that were in her box every night. I'm not going to mention names. I think you could already figure it out. What happened to everybody along the way? I mean, what happened? I think we all have similar stories. The difference between myself and them, some people are intimidated. Some people don't want to put their story out there for whatever reason. I have
Yes.
nothing to
Some
lose here
people are
but
legit
pride.
afraid of her, and I don't understand.
Like there's this one particular follower. What is it, Jen? Whatever. her
Jan,
name.
that's the one in
Man,
Canada.
she is just no that's the one with the dark hair.
Yeah.
Oh my god, like
I
she's
mean,
like a diehard fan.
there's Mama Deb, it's Adriana. Okay, I'll put the names. It's just Adriana, Mama Deb, and Jan are her current. But
Yes.
my message is just be careful. I know you think she is, and and possibly you're profiting off of her by doing everything you do for her. I'm sure like you're not just sitting there wasting all your time on TikTok for nothing, or just out of friendship, because I mean, y'all go hard for her. And if you are, good for you, but don't ever think it can't happen to you. That's my message. And don't
what
get
is
starstruck or, believe that somebody's your friend, without looking at all the facts first. I looked at the facts afterwards. My bad.
that
And
was your
then
big
just to know
mistake,
that she done this to other people, it just kind of makes me sick to my stomach, you know.
right? I
But
know.
I'm not afraid.
I'm
Don't be funny.
not afraid to take a stand. And here's the thing, there's other people like Nikki, who has many, 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 many tales to tell. And believe me when I tell you, I could have listened to them today. I got offered to listen to them today, but I didn't want to hear it because I just didn't want to know. And she's also very
Cautious.
cautious too. And I'm
Yes,
going to leave that for her to
that
come to
is
you
a
with.
great adjective for Nikki. She's very cautious,
Yes.
and it's partially because of how much of a bully Angela and her minions can be.
Right. She was a victim of that bullying. I know that much. I know they did something about saying about something with her son, and they wouldn't take pictures down of her son, and her son's on the autistic spectrum. Come on. I mean, you talk about your grandkids like they're the only kids in the world. Have some class and consideration. 2 C words. I could think of a third one, but I don't want to say it on here.
Yeah.
See you next Tuesday.
Yeah,
See
see,
you next Tuesday.
Tuesday. Yes, we can say that. We can definitely say that. So if she is sitting here listening and she's like, well, I had every intention on going to this benefit and you just made it worse.
I
What
could
would
see
you
her
say
say
to
that.
her? What would you say to her? What if she goes on TikTok live tonight and says, that Riz person is crazy. I was just busy over the holidays. I have 6 grandkids and I couldn't get back to her right away. And I had every intention on going to that benefit.
I would say to her, it takes you hours to reach your goal on TikTok, to get belligerently drunk and whatever else on TikTok, to yell profanities about people on TikTok. It takes you hours to sit there and do that on TikTok. It would have taken you 1 minute to communicate with me in a respectful manner that you would do any friend, quote unquote friend. I use that word very loosely. It would take you 1 second. All that time you spend getting everybody's coins and bullying them about it, could have spent one of those seconds to talk to me about a benefit. And you know what?
For her, and she was benefiting out of it
She was
too.
benefiting too. So
Exactly, she was.
all them hours you spend doing all that, you could have rested for a night, just knowing that you were going to be okay.
Right, Renee.
Right.
Never
And
let trash in your life.
And Renee knows personally too, because she used to be friends with Angela.
I believe it. And you know what? I'm hurt, Angela, if you're listening. I'm not even as mad as I am hurt. And you know what? I'm a little bit Team Michael now. I should say a lot of it. Because, until you become a victim of the same person that keeps abusing other people, not just Michael, but I'm hearing a lot of people come out and my DMs are getting blown up. I'm not the only story. I'm just not afraid to tell mine.
Right. We're
There's
not
that.
afraid to stand up to her.
No, she doesn't intimidate me. Not at
Riz and
all.
Kibbles and Bits, not at all.
No, not even kibbles and bits.
Not even Kibbles and Bits.
Does that come with gravy, Mary?
I'm not. Yeah, I mean, it depends on the day. I don't know.
Chicken, beef.
Yes, chicken, beef. I
Want some
know.
kibbles and bits?
She is so obsessed with dog food. I don't get her.
Here we go. We got some kibble and bits.
There
for
we
you.
go. Kibbles and Bits. Oh, how cute. There you go, Angela. Kibbles and Bits for you. Because I know she's watching, or she will be watching. One of her minions is probably watching.
Yeah.
Thinking,
But and like I said, I also think that in time everybody will see. I don't even have to say anymore because the universe works in miraculous ways, and so does karma. And I
have a
believe.
question. What's with the annulment thing? An annulment can only happen if you're married for no more than 2 years. An annulment could happen.
yes.
It's been 5 years.
I know.
It's not happening.
I have no idea what she's thinking on how she's going to pull that off. It's not happening. It's going to be a straight up divorce.
Right. I think if you have to prove that the marriage wasn't real or something. I'm not into that legal stuff, but that's what I think an annulment is.
I've been there and I've done that.
Yeah.
I've been in her
Right.
shoes. I was married to somebody from the same continent, and I was taken advantage of.
Okay.
And I know all the legal, details of that. And let me
Right.
tell you, she's not winning at all. Once he's here, he's here. That's it.
Yeah. That's it.
That's
And
it.
like you guys said, she knew from the beginning. She told you, Leslie, that she knew, that he originally was talking to her under a fake picture, fake name. He was like catfishing her from the beginning.
Right.
And then when she confronted him, she decided to still go along. She could have cut it off right there in the beginning.
But I think she chases fame. She wants to be a celebrity. She calls herself a celebrity.
Oh, yeah,
She's labeled herself a queen. Most queens that I know have class. I really don't know many queens that don't have class. Not that I know a bunch of queens, but
Yeah,
you know, just saying, you cannot, you got to live up to something if you're going to title yourself as such.
right. Live up to your promises at the very least. To
And
your
we're
friends.
not doing this to like, like be like, I don't know, revengeful or anything, but just, like
Do the right
wrong
thing.
is wrong.
Do the right thing.
You don't do that to people, especially the things that are going, on in this world.
Mhm.
You know, every day is getting harder and harder and harder, and you taking advantage of people like that.
If she still has time to make things right, she could still come to the benefit. Just communicate and just do the right
That's
thing.
all.
Right. Well, she told me not to communicate with her. I respect that, but in the same token, I refuse to answer her calls. So she's going to have to find a way. She knows who Amy is. She
Right.
knows her. She has her on TikTok. She knows how to get a hold of her if she wants to do the benefit. And she certainly knows who Joe is.
Exactly. Yeah, she
There's
could talk
that.
to Joe. So yeah, she could figure out a way.
She could make it right, but that's all up to her. The ball is in her court.
And Mary, she might say that I jumped the gun. I was impatient and that I didn't give her time to answer. But I cannot buy that theory because of the fact I did give her time to answer. And the time that she wasted online bullying people is the same day I wrote, I'm out of here, Angela. I am out of here because
Right.
you're yelling at people for not gifting you. I got sick to my stomach and I cut it off at that point. Then my mind at that point, she didn't care about anything else. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I was wrong for thinking that way, but she's the one that said, do not contact her and
Right.
to get
And
my money back from Joe. She made no mention of the benefit at all, as
no,
you've seen.
yes.
None at all.
Yes.
So I have no other choice but to come to my own conclusion, right?
Yeah, you're right. There's no communication from her end. So I'm just sorry that this happened. I wish your friend the best, the benefit. I'm going to share links for it in my
Thank you.
Thank you.
description
Thank
to the
you.
video. I'm going to share it on my social media.
Thank you.
So if Angela's listening and she wants to make it right, there's still time to make it right, and like you said, you don't want to have anything to do with her, but she could contact Amy, who the
Right.
benefit's for. She
Right.
could contact Joe. So
And I
there's
still don't even have hate in my heart. I wish her nothing but, I hope everything works out for her in life. But just
Right.
always know karma and the universe are always there watching. And it's true. Trust me, it's so true.
And
I've been on both
before
sides of
I let
karma.
you ladies go, this is a good question. But now, knowing the way that she really is and how she acts, do you really want her there at the benefit for Amy?
That I could choose to attend or not attend. I've already out $500 for that. I've already bought the shirts. I plan on buying the ticket whether or not I attend or not because that's my friend.
Right.
So that's up to Amy. Really that's up to her and her family. Personally, if she's there, I'm not going to attend, but I financially am invested in it already, obviously.
Right, of course.
Um,
And personally invested in it, emotionally
personally invested in it, of course, that's
Right.
first.
We want a
Right.
great outcome.
We want her to
regardless.
be able to fight this without the struggle because it's so costly
I
and
know.
her family's really struggling. I mean, when I say struggling, daughter's pregnant. She just lost her brother unexpectedly. And I mean, she's really going through it. So whatever makes her happy is what I want the outcome to be for Amy. It doesn't
Right.
mean I have to show up.
Exactly.
She
'Cause
knows
this is
I'm there. Like
all
I'm
about-
there in the background. I will always be there in the background for her,
Exactly.
and the forefront when the time is right, when she feels like she wants to heal and when she feels, I'm sorry, that came out wrong. When she's healed and she's ready for, visits and we're going to bring the dog to see her, stuff
Right,
like that. I don't force anything. If it has to
Right,
be forced for me, it's, and I want her to heal in her own time. And if she wants her there,
great.
Great.
know?
Then I'm
Right.
happy. If she shows up, I'm happy, but
Right,
doesn't mean I
exactly.
have to show up.
Right. Right.
Right.
We won't make it uncomfortable.
No, never. No, I would never do that. No, it's not
Right.
about us. It's about
It's
her.
about her.
Right. It's about her.
It's
Exactly.
her life.
It's her journey. It's her fight. And we're here to help back that fight.
We will be supportive, in person or behind the scenes.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
I'm not backing down, just like she's not backing down to cancer, not backing down for nothing,
Because when you're a friend, you don't have to physically be there. You always,
emotionally. Yeah.
emotionally.
Exactly. Yes.
And
Yeah.
and in a way, I feel like I kind of made her benefit, like, about myself. I feel like I made her fight about myself because I'm making this public announcement. But I want everybody to know it's definitely at the end of the day not about me. It's just about doing the right
It's
thing
the principle.
and the principle.
Exactly.
And
The
It's the
principle.
principle.
It's the
Yes.
point.
That's what
know?
pisses me off about it. It's the principle of the whole thing.
It's the principle. It's the point.
Right.
100%, 100%.
So I am attempting
I mean,
to
we're not children. We're all adults.
And yeah, we're flawed. Nobody's perfect. We're flawed as adults. But come on, when you keep doing the same thing to people over and over and over again, there's a definition for
But
that.
one of these days, she's gonna run into the wrong person. And they're gonna beat that ass.
Oh, yes, she is. She is going to take advantage of the wrong person,
She's gonna take advantage of the wrong person. So she needs to stop
and they're going to show up like a
now.
loan shark looking
Right.
for your money.
She's
Okay,
gonna run
guys,
into the wrong person.
I just put a link for the benefit
Thank you.
Thank you.
comments, and I'm going to put it in the description box as well, so you guys could go after the live is done and click on it.
Thank
And
you, Mary.
oh, you got it, guys. You got it. I mean, that's the very least I can do. I feel horrible what Angela did and how she's basically screwing you and your friend out of $1,500.
Yeah, I mean, so far from what I know, he hasn't told me any different. And when I last spoke to him, he hadn't heard from her. I mean, had it changed from that day to today, it could have, I don't know. But that at the end of the day, I hope she does the right thing.
Yeah, same here. So I just want to thank you ladies so much for joining me. Thank you for telling the story. Leslie, I'm so sorry you had to deal with her for a day.
It's okay. I mean,
a day.
You know,
I was doing it for, my love here, because she was such a big fan and,
and one for the
And I
tea,
was sick.
and you
and
got
she
to
was
meet
sick
Vanilla
and
Ice. So, something good came out of it.
yes.
So
Yeah. And you know what good came out of it too? I finally freaking know who the freak Kibbles and Bits is. I love you.
Yes, there you go. Yes, everything happens for a reason. Thank you, ladies. Thank
You're
you,
welcome.
everybody
Thank
in my
you.
chat for joining me.
You're
And,
welcome. Stay in touch. I would love
yes,
to hear from
definitely.
you.
Yes, stay in touch. Please do.
Okay.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bless you.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you for
Bye-bye.
joining.
Thank you.